Hello, everybody. Welcome to this Steckline report from the Steckline Ponderosa in south central Kansas, where the wheat crop is turning, and a couple of weeks from now, maybe we'll be on the combine reporting right here on the Steckline report for that. I got to tell you, I don't know what we're going to get in the combine. These old heads don't look bad. I don't know when it's been. I've been farming for 50 years, and I've never seen wheat any shorter. My gosh, it isn't even knee high. And we'll have to have the old combine scraping the ground because there's some sucker heads way down in here. The crop is not great. And this is probably one of the better areas in this part of the country. This wheat crop here on this particular land has always been pretty good. I would guess 40 bushels an acre, and I hope it makes it. But I got to tell you, the state of Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas, we've talked a lot about them. With this wheat crop coming on, they're cutting wheat in Texas. That's there, 50-60% of it's gone in a lot of places, 75% maybe in some parts of Texas and Oklahoma. 50% of the crop in Kansas is poor to very poor, and a lot of that will be not harvested and put into some other grain crop if they can get into the fields. Everything points to this old grain market staying hot, folks. Now, China did have, I just saw that just come in just a few days ago. China's crop is coming back a little bit stronger, so they got some rain and some portions they needed, and that's probably good. We need to grow some crops so we don't drive this thing completely crazy. But it does look to me like we've got a lot of opportunity here this year to keep this wheat market over $7 a bushel. That's just my guess, and of course, if I knew it all, I wouldn't be here today. But and this corn crop, hey, it's in big trouble too, still in the north. There's a lot of these states that haven't got even close to their normal average crop planted. It's way too late now, friends. They're abandoning fields in the real wet areas up north. So all of that points to grain markets being strong for the next 12 months without a doubt at all. Spring crops, naturally, how they go in now, that's in, will it grow, will it warm up? They need warmer days all over this country to make the corn grow faster and better. And, of course, all the flooded out acreage, you have to count that too, friends. Millions of acres go on there. So we just don't see anything on the horizon that's going to break this grain market, with the exception of the folks that we call speculators. And they're back in the market buying pretty strongly again, as we understand it. They've driven the market probably higher than it probably should be. On a supply-demand ratio, we'd have to look at this market being at least $1 or $2 lower for wheat and corn and soybeans. If they get out of the market, that could change this thing a little. And so we need to keep that in consideration. That's so important now to watch the speculators buying on this market, because they are very heavily involved. A lot of funds. This old fund buying probably is more important than it is supply and demand right now. All in all, though, the supply and demand side of this picture is great for the market picture. In the meantime, let me tell you something, that we do have the situation in China, as I told you, a lot better, but they also are having some problems in some parts of the area where they are abandoning their crop too and heading to something else. We understand Russia may be opening up their export business again because they're looking a little bit better. So the world's changing some, but not enough to make me change my mind that this old market's in strong hands no matter what kind of grain you're producing, including cotton. Absolutely strong for the next 12 months. Hope it's that way 12 months from now. That's it for the Steckline report. See you next time.